If you have been trading in binary option for a while, chances are you have experienced losses caused by sudden gap up and gap down in the market. This is something almost every trader faces and it's completely normal. However, what most traders don't realize is that these gaps can actually be used as powerful trading opportunity when understood correctly. In today's video, I'm going to explain how gap movements work and how you can use them strategically to take smarter and more effective trades in binary trading. Gap ups and gap downs are very common in the market, but only a small number of traders truly know how to benefit from them. Now, let me explain you with an example. In this currency pair, we can clearly see a gap down opening going on. The previous red candle closed at a certain level, but the next candle opened much lower, creating a visible gap between the two candles. If you see this red candle, which is an inverted hammer, it closed at this particular level. The next candle should have opened from the same level, but we can see a huge gap going on. The next candle has given us a gap down opening. So how you can take trade in this situation, you can take advantage simply by waiting for this candle to go up, fill the gap, and then you can place your marginal safety entry somewhere around this level after the gap is filled. If you learn how to take advantage of these gaps while trading in the direction of major market trend, this strategy can become even more powerful and effective. In this video, I'll be showing you several real trading examples using this gap trading concept so you can clearly understand how to apply it in live market condition. Make sure to stay with me until the very end because the information shared in this video can help you improve your trade entries and overall market understanding. I will be looking for either gap up or gap down opening in the market. If the candle opens with gap up, I will look for call entry, and if the candle opens with gap down, I will look for put entry. I am currently waiting for this candle to close and see what the next candle does. Let's see how the next candle opens, and according to that I'll place my trades. Okay, so there's a little gap going on with the opening of the next candle and the closing of the previous candle. So as I've already said that if there is a gap up opening, I will wait for the candle to come down, fill the gap, and then I'll place my trade to the upward direction as the candle has given us a gap up opening. However, if I see the overall structure of the market, it is a downtrend market, but only for this video and for you to understand how this gap works, I am placing my call entry with my marginal safety entry because the candle came down just to fill the gap. Also, right now, this candle, if you observe, it is in a consolidating phase. So let's see how this candle closes. According to my analysis, this candle should close as a green one. So let's see how this candle closes, and by the help of the closing of this current candle and the opening of the other candle, we will place our next trade. Alright traders, this was a clean winning trade, and now the next candle has opened with a huge gap. I'm going to use this gap as an advantage by patiently waiting for the candle to come down, fill the gap, and I'm going to place my call entry as my marginal safety entry because that's how gap works. Once the price reaches my preferred zone, I will place a call entry with my marginal safety approach right here. Okay, perfect. I entered the trade right at the middle of the candle, right timing, and according to my analysis, even if this candle closes as a red one, it is likely to form a red hammer because the candle has already filled the gap. And in this case, if this current candle closes entirely as a red one, I am also prepared to take my one step MTG trade as well. So let's see how this candle closes. I'm getting a strong rejection from the downside, and I can see a lot of bullish pressure going on. And just as I said, the next candle did a gap up opening as well. This is a winning trade because the next candle did gap up opening, and also I have placed my marginal safety. However, even if this trade was a winning trade, because of the gap up opening of the next candle, I have placed two back-to-back call entry trade because now I am sure that this current candle should become a green one because the previous red candle has formed just to fill the huge gap, and the next candle will now continue to go up, turning it into a green one, which is why I am so confident and I have placed two call entries right at the opening of the candle. I could have even placed one more as my marginal safety, but because of the major trend is still downtrend, I am just placing two trades here because money management is the key. and I can see a lot of rejection is coming from downside, that is bullish pressure, I can see it. And just as I anticipated, this is also another winning trade. All right, guys, so let me take a screenshot and I'm going to explain you what exactly I have seen here, and how you can incorporate gaps in your next trading session. So here market made a gap up opening. I waited for the candle to come down, fill the gap, and I placed my marginal safety call entry. Similarly, here this red candle closed as a red one, but the next candle has given us a gap up opening, and because of that advantage I took a call entry. Also, if you ask me why the candle formed as a red one here, because there was a strong pattern going on. The last green candle was a weak green candle and a hammer candle. Because of that, also the red candle has come in between the loop, and also the major trend was downtrend. So now market is in a consolidating phase. It is moving in a line that is in a linear fashion. So now here market can go either direction. I've just taken the advantage of gap and I've taught you how you can incorporate gap trading in your next trading session. All right, traders, I hope you understand this video. If you have any questions or queries, do write me down below in the comment section. With that being said, I'm signing off for today. Until then, happy trading.